Yo guys, what's going on? It's Anarchy Immortal here. So today we're going to be looking at the auger DMR. I've got a really good class setup for you guys, and I've got a really good gameplay to go along with it on jungle. It's such an overpowered gun, and we'll get into that as we go on through the class. Just want to say as well, I'm almost level 600, you know, one level away. I'm on the grind for level 1000, I'm going to get there, it's just the time. I actually took a little bit of a break recently, I've not been very well, which I do talk about later in the video, but let's just get into the class setup to start with. Okay, so the class setup, so we're using obviously the auger, but we're actually using the Mastercraft version, which is the ZX7000. Really cool, sort of nuts and bolts, looks like workshoppy. So at the start of the game it looks like this. 5 kills we've got a little bit of electricity running through it, and 10 kills we've got full electricity running through it, which looks so cool. You'll see it in game. So we're actually going to be using a reflex on it because the iron sights are horrible on this gun. They're really restrictive in my opinion. So it is a really powerful gun. Really high damage. Obviously over range it's just OP, completely destroys anything, and then up close you can still do good damage if you've got really good accuracy, because it is a single fire weapon, meaning that you have to get a little bit of a good trigger finger, but it's one of them, you can practice that. So we've got high cal 1 and 2, and the reason for this is just we want to capitalise on that damage and make it even more, because we want to be able to just melt people and just destroy them before they can even get a chance to kill you, and it helps for up close if you can aim pretty well. And then we're just using fast mags as well, because you only get 20 bullets in the magazine, which is quite restrictive. If there's a few people there, you need to be able to have the fast mags just so you can replenish your ammo really quick, because otherwise you just stood there for ages just reloading, and it means you can play a little bit faster as well. We're using the comsec device this game, and the reason for this is that this gun, I feel like it's a really good gun to sort of get your streaks going, and because you play a little bit slow with it because it's more of a range weapon, I feel like it's something that you can proper get your streaks, not play too fast, meaning that I'm not going to be using my stim shot like I normally do. Yeah, so we're just going to be cycling our streaks in this gameplay. We're using Scavenger because I'm actually going to be using Recon during the gameplay, and the reason for that is just obviously sort of get information when the enemy are, and then to try and build up our streaks. I was trying to go for a nuclear in the gameplay, you'll see later on, but I do choke. And it's just one of them. It's one of them. I was really disappointed, but hey ho. I'm using Gung Ho obviously just for the sprint out time, so we can get our gun up quicker, because this gun doesn't have quick draw or anything. It just means we can sort of be able to challenge up close if we have to, if someone pops out, and then dead silence just to keep silent on the map. And then for our score streaks, we're just going to be using UAV, which is my standard, just to sort of find the enemy positions on the map. Sniper's Nest, really good streak, and then the strike team, because we are going for a high kill gameplay. I think I end up at 60 for 3 or something like that. Anyway guys, so that's going to be the end of sort of the intro. I'm going to pass you over to the gameplay now, and with the gameplay I have done a little bit of sort of a talk through, explaining sort of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and then just had a little chat about certain things in the game. Like I do have a little bit of a chat about Spectre, and you can hear my thoughts on that. And just a few other things, but yeah, so I'll just leave you with the gameplay now guys. So if you like the video, just like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Yo guys, so we're going to be doing my auger DMR gameplay, so I'm just going to do a little bit of a talk through. This isn't live, I got this gameplay and I wasn't recording at the time, so this is actually in the theatre, and I'm just doing a little talk through just so you guys can sort of add some, well obviously just watching the gameplay on its own, it can just something to add extra to it, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to sort of talk through what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, to give you guys any tips I can, and then just a general chat, to be honest. So first I want to say, I know I've not been really consistent with my uploads. I know I uploaded the other day, but then I did take a break of about 2-3 weeks. And the reason for that is just I wasn't very well. My wisdom teeth were coming through, and I had a really sore throat, a lot of pain with them. I couldn't sleep at night because of it. So I did take a break. But I'm back on the grind now, and I'm going to be putting out video after video. I've got quite a few gameplays ready. I've got a nuclear, and I've got a gameplay that I do with my girlfriend, doing a swap nuclear, so swap gameplay. So every time we got a kill, we swapped over, even if there's people right in front of us who was controlling it. That was really funny, although it was very hard. Yeah, so we're using the auger DMR, so we're using it double high cal, fast mags, and then the reflex sight, because I hate the iron sight, it's the rubbish. It's so overpowered, ridiculously overpowered, and we are using the Mastercraft. Obviously I know I've gone through all this at the start of the video, but yeah, we're using the Mastercraft and it's really cool. So we're also using comsec device, and the reason for this is obviously just to cycle our streaks, make sure they can get really high kill gameplays, and we are going for the nuclear. I do have to say though, I do choke the nuclear twice in this gameplay. I get over 15 kill streak both 2 times, and then choke it. I get quick scope one of them, which is a pain in the ass, but it's just one of them things. It's just hard, but yeah, this gun, it's an absolute melt machine. I mean, since they updated it and made it like the ADS better and the strafe speed and everything like that, it's just unreal. The damage on it is just crazy. If you've got really good accuracy, which I know if you keep practicing and playing quite a bit and you play on a good sense, you will do, you can just absolutely beam anyone. It's so powerful. I mean, it's like, if you can aim right, it's only a 2-shot kill, which is just crazy. It's one of the fastest time to kills in the game. It's so strong. And you can use it, obviously, absolutely dominant over distance. Anyone over distance you can melt. But then even up close, if you are accurate with it, and you can hit those high cal zones, because obviously you use high cal 1, high cal 2. So if you can hit the chest or the head, even up close, you can absolutely dominate players. It's just such a good gun. We're using the UAV, which I always use whenever I'm trying to go for like nuclears or anything like that. And the reason is obviously just so you can see where everyone is on the map. We're using the sniper's nest just to get a few extra kills, to get a high kill gameplay, and then we're also using the strike team. The strike team, just for a couple of reasons, they're the best streak in the game, really. And the reason for that is just the fact, obviously they provide sort of a buffer between you and the enemy, so they'll obviously the enemy will shoot at them or whatever, and then they can distract them, and then you can get the kill. And as well, they're also sort of like a UAV in the sense of like, same with like the dogs and like the K9 unit and different things like that, because they know where the enemy is and they track the enemy and run towards them. You can sort of tell where the enemy is. I mean, if you're running over to one side and you see a strike team turn around, you know that they're spawning behind you. So it is sort of like, not fully, obviously, I know it's not perfect, but it gives you sort of a rough idea where the enemy are, and you can push them and get those kills. Yeah, and I feel like Kill Confirm's the best game mode at the moment to get nukes. I know like Domination's a pretty good one, or Hardpoint can be if you're pretty good at predicting spawns where they are, because I know the spawns can be quite hard on Hardpoint if you're not used to it. But I think it's the best game mode for it. I mean, again, on TD, I feel like the problem with that is a lot of people try and go for nukes in it, and it's not even that you'll die, it's just you'll run out of time, because obviously there's only 100 kills, and if you're doing really well, normally your team ends up doing well, meaning that you've got to play really fast and sort of rush your streak, meaning that a lot of people will end up coming off it. Because you get a longer game time in Kill Confirmed, and as well, if you don't pick up your tags that, of the kills that you're getting, you can sort of control the time limit to an extent. Meaning that you can get those, if you're struggling to get the nuke, you can just stop picking up tags for a little bit, and then you know the gameplay will go on a little bit longer, so then you can actually get the nuke. As well, since they updated it and made it 100 points for a tag, it's really good to get streaks on the high kill gameplays. So you get 50 points for the kill, and then if you just pick up the tag, you get another 100 points, so it's potentially 150 points each kill. Obviously, if they've got armor on, you get an extra 25 points as well, so you can really rack up numbers and get those really high streaks like often throughout games. I mean, you can have it where you'll get your streaks and then call them in, and then if your strike team's doing well, etc., you can just start running around picking up tags, and you can just keep cycling them, which is what I end up doing a lot, to be honest, when I'm going for my high kill gameplays. Yeah, it's just such a good gun at the moment. I feel like it's really overpowered. It's one of them that it's good to use, but when you're playing against it, it's an absolute pain in the arse because it's so hard to counter. Over a distance especially. Up close you can maybe, if you're using sort of like a fast fire weapon, like a Spitfire or whatever. Yeah, just using my strike team here to sort of figure out where they are and use them as a buffer, and then I can push through. Yeah, I really like this gun. It's really, really good. You guys should try out the class setup, honestly. I know I put the class setup in the start of the video, but you should definitely try it out if you can. And I'm sure you'll do really, really well with it. It's just such a good gun. We end up getting really lucky here. The fact that I got that kill. Oh, Spectre, right. Spectre is ridiculously overpowered. So overpowered. It's actually a joke. I mean, when they've got that, they can roll around the map, which is so hard to shoot against, especially if they're coming at you really fast. And then the fact that they've got third person, which I think's pretty much just ridiculous. It's overpowered and it shouldn't be in the game. That's why it's not used in competitive or anything like that, purely for the fact that you can see around corners because of the third person, so you can wait and hide behind the corner, and you can see when the enemy's coming, so you know when to spam your right trigger, which I think they should remove, to be honest. Even if they do keep Spectre sort of how it is, they've got to remove the third person for me. And then obviously the lunge radius is crazy. if they get anywhere near you, you're dead. There's nothing you can do about it. It is such a hard one to counter. And then as well, the smoke's pretty OP too. I feel like it lasts for a really long time, and I feel like they should reduce the smoke time on it. And the problem with it is as well is the fact I was playing on like on the smaller maps, I was playing on Newtown, and their enemy team had like 2 Spectres, and I think our team had 1, and they all like threw the smoke at pretty much the same time, and it pretty much blocked the entire map. So as in you could not see anything. Like obviously, if it's a bigger map, say for example jungle, and they throw it down, you can sort of move around it and still do okay. Well, on Newtown, it took the entire map up, which just like, it sort of not ruins it, but I mean, you don't know what you're doing. You just kind of have to camp, and it slows your gameplay down, and I feel like it just slows the game down, which one of the reasons why this game is so good is because it's so fast paced. Yeah, it can be a bit of a pain, but it's just one of them, innit? I think they will end up nerfing it, to be honest, but we'll have to see. Yeah, this is the end of the gameplay. So we actually finished on 59-3, which obviously really good gameplay. We did choke the nuke a couple of times, which I know, I've got to stop choking. But really, really good weapon. If you even like the gameplay a little bit, I feel like you should definitely try the weapon out. Try it for yourself. You can drop nukes, do really well with it. It's such an overpowered gun at the minute. And if you do use it, obviously, let me know in the comment section sort of how you did and everything. So just like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and then I'll just catch you in the next one, guys. So peace.